With the Father and the Son and the Holy Spirit, one God. Good morning, everyone. Welcome, everyone, and happy new Coptic year, happy Nairuz, as we celebrate today the first of the year, the beginning of the month and beginning of a year. The Coptic New Year, the Nairuz, which is again the year, as we've heard, if you've paid attention in the Synaxarium, the year of the martyrs, the year of the martyrs. And when we look at the year and look at the celebration of the New Year, comes to us two words that are very, very important and very crucial in our relationship and our understanding. The sacrificial love. The sacrificial love. And you look at the history of the church and all the people who offered their lives and offered their blood and offered their everything in order to keep the faith and to preserve the faith for us till now. The faith that we are holding on now is because every single person, a woman and a man and a child and an elder, that offered themselves for love of God, that sacrificial love. And with that, you come to the readings today and you come to the understanding of what does that mean for us? What is the sacrificial love for us? Sacrificial love is not just a love of declaring love, not just saying, but the love has to come in action. It has to come in action. It has to come in actually a person who is willing to offer something. And when you come to this again with everything else and with the lifestyle that we're living and the mindset that we're living, that's why would I offer something? Usually, if I want to give something, I have to wait for something in return. Like, okay, I'm going to give you something, so what are you going to give me? As they say, there's nothing free. So everything and every mindset that I want to offer, like, okay, what is it that I'm getting in return? And sadly, that will be even our relationship with God. I'm going to come to you today, I'm offering 2 hours, so you better give me a good week this week, right? I'm offering you whatever, and then you better bless me in this. I'm offering you this, and you better give me the job that I'm looking for, or that relationship, that man, or that wife, or that woman, or, it's always that mindset that we offer in order to take. But you come today and you come to the calendar of the year and the days of the Coptic year, and you see that the church is reminding us of something that is very, very important, that it's all based on sacrificial love. Sacrificial love. I was looking actually at, because interestingly, as you probably know, the Jewish New Year also is on the 26th of September, Rosh Hashanah. And you look at also the tradition of the Jewish tradition in receiving and celebrating the New Year. And one thing that they read is the story of Abraham offering his son Isaac, which is interesting, very interesting. And that's the ultimate sacrificial love. And not only that, if you look actually at the scripture and you see when was the first time the word love is mentioned ever, you see it's in Genesis 22:2 when the Lord is asking Abraham, you give your son the one whom you love. First time the word love is mentioned is with the sacrificial love. Doesn't that tell us something? Doesn't it tell us something? And this time of the year, again, it's not just, as we always say, it's not just a day on a calendar, just like celebrating a new year and a new everything. But no, it has to reflect on our lives. And we have to come today and ask ourselves, what kind of sacrificial love are we offering? If we are offering. And sacrificial love comes on probably 3 dimensions. Towards myself, towards the people, and towards God. And I think it's very, very important to look at those 3 points today as we pray the liturgy and evaluate as we are starting a new year. Sacrificial love towards myself, what does that mean? What does it mean? You go to the Pauline epistle today and you see exactly what does that mean, right? The beautiful chapter of 2 Corinthians chapter 5, when St. Paul first of all gives the theme and the title and the key for why we should have that sacrificial love. In 2 Corinthians 5, verses 14 and 15, For the love of Christ compels us, because we judge thus that if one died for all, then all died. And then he goes on, and he died for all, that those who live should live no longer for themselves, but for him who died for them and rose again. Anybody know this verse? Do you remember this verse or not? Do we live this verse or not? I'll read it one more time. And he died for all, that those who live should live no longer for... Can we say it together? I'm crazy, so I like doing crazy things. Can we say it together? Repeat after me. That those who live should live no longer for themselves.
Those who live should live no longer for themselves.
But for him who died for them and rose again. But for him who died for them and rose again. Can we take this as a motto for this year? Can we evaluate our said loving, sacrificial love, number one, towards ourselves? Evaluate the need for the relationship with God. And as we said before, and we said it again, sadly, we deal with God as the, what? Vending machine. I've said that before. Remember? Have you went to a vending machine recently? You go and just put a coin and make your selection and push a button. You get what you want. Thank you very much, and leave. Is our relationship with God like this? I come to him and waiting for a reward. And if he doesn't give me that reward, where are you? You're not faithful. You don't know what I'm going through. Right? Sacrificial love of, first of all, towards ourselves. Again, 2 Corinthians 5:15. Recite it, memorize it, do everything. That those, and he died for us, he died for all, that those who live should live no longer for themselves, but for him who died for them and rose again. And with that mindset, if we apply this on the second dimension, which is our love and our relationship with each other, there wouldn't be any issues. There wouldn't be any broken relationships. There wouldn't be any homes that are divided. There wouldn't be any people who are lost. There wouldn't be any war in the whole world even. That I'm living for the other, not for myself. Living for the other. That's why the beautiful Catholic epistle today, St. John, talks about that in a very, very, very plain language. Again, a new commandment I write to you, which thing is true in him and you, because the darkness is passing away and the true light is already shining. If we are in the light, then he goes on, but he who hates his brother is in darkness and walks in darkness and does not know where he is going because the darkness has blinded his eyes. And we claim that we are living in the light. And we claim that we are living in the light. Sacrificial love towards one another. And finally, sacrificial love towards God. Give him. Give him. Give without any limit. Give without any, as we always say, any cap. Like, this is all what I can give you, and I don't want anything else from you, and you don't want anything else from me. Let's settle it like this from the beginning. Right? Why? Because it hurts. Why? Because, again, sacrificial love, I was reading about Abraham. Again, Abraham endured all those things, right? Endured giving, endured sacrificing his son, endured all, leaving his land, leaving his family, leaving everything. Endured even the physical, being circumcised as he was 99 years old. Endured everything. But he based that relationship based on that, on the sacrificial love. Back again to our year, our Coptic year, our martyrs, who endured everything in order for us to celebrate now and to come to an open church and to come to a faith that is the same faith from that time till now. Sadly, we don't comprehend this. We don't appreciate this. We take things very, very, very easy. Sacrificial love towards God. What are we giving him? In all areas. Whether it's time, whether it's money, whether it's talent, whether it's whatever. Are we really giving him the best or not? Today's gospel, you see, after declaring the Lord and declaring, going back to the point and to the passage of Isaiah, but then he comes up with the parable, which is beautiful parable, right? Or not parable, the story, referring the story of Naaman the Syrian. Many lepers were in Israel in the time of Elisha, the prophet, and none of them was cleansed except Naaman the Syrian. And the one that came and the one that was purified and the one that he offered his life to him. Right? And we know the story. If you don't know it, go back and search it and see what did Naaman the Syrian did. Sacrificial love. Sacrificial love. A year that is based on sacrificial love. Love represented in ourselves, love represented in with the others, and love represented with each other. And that's why you come again at the end, you look back again to the Pauline epistle and the beautiful passage that the church chose today in order to come to the conclusion of that. The St. Paul saying, okay, we are living that sacrificial love, and you think that we are losing everything, but no, listen to this. By honor and dishonor, by evil report and good report, as deceivers and yet true, as unknown and yet all well known, as dying and behold we live. You think when we offer sacrificial life we're dying, and according to St. Paul it goes like what? Yes, we are dying, but we are what? Living. As dying, but we live. And behold we live, as chastened and yet not killed, as sorrowful yet always rejoicing. We are always sorrowful. We're never rejoicing. Right? If anybody have a different opinion, let me know now. Abuna, you're wrong. We're always, sadly, sorrowful. But when we give, that sacrificial life will be the most joyful people. Try it. Just try it today. Try it. Like, God, I want to try this today. Pray that, okay, I will go out of here with that mindset of sacrificial love and show me the joy that I want to experience. Challenge him. That's what he said. Challenge God. I'm sick and tired of being sorrowful all the time. Sick and tired of worrying about every single thing. Sick and tired of living a life that is very, very, very fake. As sorrowful yet always rejoicing, as poor yet making many rich, as having nothing and yet possessing all things. Possessing all things. When I live this life, start with sacrificial love. Sacrificial love. Pray today that God teach me how to give you that sacrificial love in our service, in our tithe, in our money, in our relationship, in everything. And you'll see again, and challenge him and say, okay, show me, Lord. Show me. Don't want any material blessings. I don't want this. Show me the light that comes in my heart and turn the darkness into everlasting light. To him the glory now and forever to the ages of all ages. Amen.